Jai Shri Narayan. Jai Shri Narayan. Jai Shri Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to the Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to the 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. We are on day number 19. Okay, we are lost in our days because we are so engrossed in Satsang. In Satsang that we lost count of our days, which is good or bad? Very good. Okay. We are celebrating the month of the Ramanujans from the 5th of May until the 27th of May. 27th of May, we celebrate the birthday of Lord Sri Ramanuj on the 5th of May, and we celebrate the Maha Samadhi of my Guruji, of Swami Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj, from the 22nd of May until the 27th of May. The 27th of May is the birthday of Swami Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. So the protocol around the world for all the disciples of Swami Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj is his celebration, both his leaving his mortal coil and his birth celebration, which runs from the 22nd of May to the 27th of May. At the Sri Narayan Dham, we included the birthday of Lord Sri Ramanuj, and we uniquely call this the month of the Ramanujans, and that uniqueness is to the Sri Narayan Dham specifically. Amongst the great personalities and the birthdays, we have a birthday of another majestic personality today, Queen Nancharya. And today is the first day in all my years as a guru that I had to choose a matching outfit. I had to make sure that I dress to the Queen's standard. Happy birthday, Ancharya.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Queen. Okay, I'm sorry that we could not roll out the red carpet for you when you jumped off the vehicle because we are busy, my electricians are busy outside, and you saw how many times the light tripped. Okay? But we wish you well on this day. There are many of you born in this month. We had many of your birthdays here within this month. And we said that the Ramanujans are not only Guruji and Lord Sri Ramanuj, it's also each one of you that brave everything to attend this satsang. So everyone is a Ramanujan that's here. Right? Today is the second day. I think it's in my kutir. You can go. Today is the second day in the month, in the Maha Samadhi week of Guruji. Yesterday we had a serious topic and I did not make mention, but today is day 2 of Guruji's Maha Samadhi week, and I want to speak on Guruji. No, ask them to keep quiet outside. So I want to start with my association with Guruji. 2008, I was an ordinary businessman whose business had crashed. 2008, I was an ordinary businessman whose business had crashed. Mataji and I had ventured into the clothing industry because of Mataji's father's background in that industry. I had just wound up the minibus taxi industry because I could not fight anymore. It's a violent industry, and then Mataji said that I'm gone a bit too old to fight on the streets. So I wound up the minibus taxi industry and we ventured into a clothing industry where we had to outlay a whole lot of money. We had to take 2 floors in a building in Durban, Valley Center. And about a month into this business, Bhabhi, I see you're a copycat like the Chinese. You did well. You copied excellently. Alright? Well, Chinese copycat everything. Anything you make in the world, the Chinese copycat. And I see you stole a bhajan. Alright? But it's fine. So these Chinese, they started sending their goods into our country and our services were no longer needed and our business crashed. And I had to sell the equipment, hundreds of machines, and somebody in Durban, in town, made an offer, a ridiculous offer, but we had to sell to survive. Maybe 25% of what we paid. And when I entered his factory was upstairs and downstairs. And I saw Guruji's photographs on quite a few places. And this guy is a Rajput. Banya. So I told Mataji that he's selling this equipment to somebody whose dad died, and he got a photograph of his dad all over the show. And she asked me to describe. And when I described Guruji, she said, no, it might be a Guru or a Swami. So when I met him next, I told him this is what Mataji said, and he said yes, and he showed me. He gave me a small photograph of Guruji, passport size. And he asked me if I want to come to Satsang, I must meet him somewhere and I can follow him to Reservoir, because Guruji's Satsang was being held by a doctor at his residence in Reservoir. So I complied, and he told me that Guruji is so powerful that whatever you wish, just make a wish and Guruji would grant it. So at this point in time, I was a director at a law firm with an advocate and 2 attorneys. And I was driving around in my son's faded red Golf. And it wasn't a image for legal business, was it, Queen? If you needed some legal help and you saw me wearing a Pierre Cardin suit and sitting in a faded Golf, what would that image do to you, Queen?
I'd be confused.
You won't be confused, you'll fire me immediately. Queen? Yeah. So, I asked Guruji for a new car. I put Guruji to test. I asked Guruji for a Kana, tell them they failed too many times. They must come in the morning. I asked Guruji for a new car. I've said this story many times, but I want to say it again because this is Guruji's week and you need to know how I connected with Guruji. Unfortunately, Queen, I don't have that power to give you a new car. I know what you're thinking. Right? So, I went to the Satsang. Shanti, you went to Reservoir? To the house? No. Anyone been to Reservoir house Satsang? Sunita, you went to the house. That shrine, you saw the big tree that grows out of the shrine? So I was sitting, very first Satsang. We were ushered in and placed at this tree. So I could see, the branch was here, and I could see a guru from India seated opposite me, but seated next to doctor and his dad. And I looked into his eyes, and he looked into my eyes, and I felt a change within me. I knew deep somewhere that something has changed in me permanently. And I remember wearing a jacket, and at this satsang they used to do, Sunita, you sat for that havan? We used to have a havan, so 4 people or 6 people sit together in a havan, and they continue until the whole congregation is finished. So when it came to my turn, I somehow landed next to this saint, and I didn't want my jacket to touch him, so I made sure that whilst I'm throwing the samagri and the other ingredients in the fire, I do not touch the saint. I just felt that he was not to be touched. It was a inner feeling within myself. Well, we went there on the Thursday. On that Monday, a client came to our offices and he said, please, I don't trust anyone. I have a brand new Optra, only a few months old. I need someone to take over this installment. I cannot pay the car and my bond together. And I don't trust anyone but you. Here's the key, leave me home. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Now, Queen, if I'm using my Kadusi suit and jumping into a new gold, Opera was gold, like our outfit. What would you think of that legal representative.
That is very good.
Thank you. Queen is a businesswoman. Right? So I got my car in 3 days, 4 days. This is how powerful Guruji is. And this is how powerful Guruji has been. Last year, Jessica, were you here at Guruji's birthday?
No, Guruji.
Yes. Where's Mataji? Isn't she was here for Guruji's birthday?
No, I was Guruji.
Yes. And you needed something.
Yes, Guruji.
And Guruji gave you that something.
Yes, Guruji.
And I guaranteed you Guruji will give you that something.
Very true, Guruji.
Yes. Okay. And similarly, everyone that came here from the time I started Satsang in 2013. Even before I started Satsang, I was taken to Tongat. And there was a guy, after I came back from India, there was a guy sleeping in the next room. I don't know if Mataji remembers. Hindwani. What that Hindwani lady's name is? You'll all know her in Hindwani. What's her name, Queen? Muni what? No. What Mosi? Mani Mosi. Mani Mosi. You all know, heard of her in Hindwani? Yes, she is more known than the announcers and the directors of Hindwani. Mani Mosi, all right? Her sister's son, her nephew, was on his deathbed. And he was my first patient when I came from India. Okay. We gave him a photograph of Guruji, Sarita. Gave him a photograph of Guruji. And the next week when we went there to see his condition, he was a mechanic. He was busy repairing a huge engine this size. Okay. And then I knew what to do, Siddharth. Because when you have a guru who's no longer in his mortal coil, it is very, very difficult to take instructions. Very difficult to take instructions, and when he invests you with his potency, it is a new experience. Okay? And this bhai got better, as I said, the following week. He was busy repairing a truck engine. And since then, we can write many books. 2013 till today, Meena,
Yes.
how many books we can write? Meena will be a chapter on her own. And she's only here for how many weeks, Meena?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Meena will be a chapter on her own. Tivashni will be an entire series of an encyclopedia. Tivashni? And she's only 17. Alright? But thank God she's been in the ashram and she passed all these teenage phases. She was saved from what this Durban has to offer. We made sure we secured her. She's 17 now and she passed the phase successfully because she has been in Satsang through the power of Guruji. So Guruji went into a forest at the age of 10 or 11 and he came out of the forest 12 years later. He met Lord Narayan in this forest on the 12th year. And when Lord Narayan, and this is not in the 18th century and the 19th century. This is in, Guruji was born on the 27th of May 1937. This happened in 1947, 21st century. This is not a story that can be turned into a myth. It's an absolute science. Guruji is an absolute scientist. He went into the forest. He completed these austerities and his penances. He had a communication with Lord Sri Narayan. And when Lord Sri Narayan awarded him for his austerities and penances, Guruji only wanted the benediction to heal mankind from suffering. And since that day, when Lord Sri Narayan awarded Guruji this benediction, the world changed. The world changed. 1989, Guruji opened his ashram. He was asked by Lord Sri Narayan to work in the background. And in 1989, he took his instructions from Lord Sri Narayan and he opened the Sri Siddhartha Ashram in Faridabad, India. And just when we talk of miracles, we need to understand the dimensions. We need to understand the dimensions. A miracle does not make you great. All the miracles that Guruji performed does not make him great. This is not that type of miracle. The miracles performed by Guruji shows his connection to the absolute truth. Do you understand? This is not the magician miracles where you cut a rope and you shake your hand. It's not an illusion. Guruji's miracles are absolute science. Absolute science. It's found in the Vedas. Guruji perfected in the 12 years every mantra. What does mantras do? What is the purpose of a mantra, Queen? Jessica, Dana, what does mantras do? They unlock the secrets of the universe. If you master a mantra and repeat it in the correct frequency, it can change the elements in the universe. And on the very first Guru Purnima at the Sri Siddhartha Ashram in India, Guruji expected 5,000 people. However, more people arrived and they ran short of ghee at about 10 o'clock in the night. So Guruji, there is a well, it is still there in the ashram. Guruji made one of his disciples scoop some water out of the well and he read a mantra and that water turned into ghee. He used the ghee. On the next day, he purchased the exact amount of ghee and he read the mantra and the ghee turned to water. Why did he do that? Why? Because gurus are powerful enough to make the earth spin in any direction. But gurus are not here to interfere with the Lord's universe. So if he took that water, he had to replace it. All of you understand? And I'm saying, Meena, for your benefit, because you was not here when I said it, and a few others, I don't think if Quinn was here. There was a child, there was a couple that wanted to be blessed with a child. And they went to Guruji, and they insisted that they want a son. So they went to Guruji, and Guruji was Guruji was not a small-time guru like myself. All right, he was a big guru. Thousands of people, Amita. Thousands and thousands of people. So you can't go in Guruji's kutir, Queen, and lounge there, bribe the guru with cakes and chocolates. All right? Guruji was busy, not like your guru, got nothing to do the whole day, just as satsang for 1 hour in the afternoon. Guruji was busy. So if you came to Guruji, Guruji already knew what you wanted. He had a secretary, and he would write there that Queen Acharya is going to come to Siddhartha Ashram on the 23rd of May 2024. And she's going to come, because she's a queen, she'll come through Emirates. First class. She will land at Delhi airport, and she won't come with Uber. The Modi government will make sure she is escorted to Sri Siddhartha Ashram. It will be written. And exactly on that day, at that time, so many years later or so many months later, that person will land at Guruji's ashram. And Guruji did not have time to talk. So if you wanted the queen, you want a boy child, and if you went to Guruji, he'll just touch your head and say, "Ho gaya." And you can't say, "But no, Guruji, like what you do here." All right? You'll be ushered away, pushed away by other queens. All right? So this girl, she was insistent. She went and they had a scan that's normal today. And the scan showed a baby girl, and she came back to Guruji, upset, and said, "Guruji, you promised a boy child. I'm in my 7th month of pregnancy now, and the scan is showing a girl." Guruji said, "Ho gaya." And what you think was born? Boy. All right, and this is why I'm saying Guruji is the absolute scientist, because no one can change a girl child biologically into a boy child. Yes, Queen, you surprised? Queen is surprised. I think this is the first thing that has surprised Queen. Okay? So we have thousands and thousands and thousands of stories where Guruji has performed, and I'm saying we don't want to say miracles, he has shown humanity absolute science. He has shown humanity absolute science. Yet the Sri Narayan Dham, we've had people cured of incurable illnesses, stage 4 cancer, many, I cannot count. I cannot count, Queen, Countless, yeah, the Sri Narayan Dham itself. And it's all Guruji's work flowing through. That is how the disciplic succession works. It's Guruji's work flowing through the current Guru, and when the current Guru leaves his mortal coil, his disciple will continue with the same potency, or disciples. Queen, to serve you, I can't leave one disciple. Are there any questions? Any questions? Premila? I heard you and Meena said you like stories. In the kitchen, they like stories. So Guru is giving stories. But every now and again within the stories, we have to create an awareness. And we are currently in our mission statement, which we have actuated, which is the aim which we have actuated of the Sri Narayan Dham, and that is to bring all confusion to an end, both within Sanatana Dharma and the other religions. So we went into the Bible and we've shown that idolatry in the Bible is a perception when it is related to Sanatana Dharma. We have proven that clearly, and then yesterday I went into the Quran and I've also shown that idolatry in the Quran is a perception held by those that are Muslims by thinking it refers to Sanatana Dharma. And I'm reaffirming that Sanatana Dharma is not a religion. Sanatana Dharma is absolute science. There is a difference between religion and science and spirituality. If you are a Hindu, Meena, tomorrow you can be a Meena. Yeah, I see. I know you want to head there, Meena. I see you sharing Julie Chetty's. Okay. So anything that is faith-based, can change anytime. Yes or no? Yes or no? Today you have your faith in the ANC. Tomorrow you will have your faith in the DA. The next day you will have your faith in Jessica's Cope. And then in Bruce Gator's, Bruce is still outside, his Cape Colored community. Alright? Raj Bansi's, or the late Raj Bansi's Minority Front. Every year your faith will change. Yes or no? When the government does not, or when a political party does not appease you anymore, what you do? You change your faith. Every time you cast a vote, you put faith in that individual candidate and his organization. Don't you put your faith? Queen, have you voted?
Yes.
Okay. Have you changed your faith in your, or you still voting for the same party?
Same party.
Same party? Okay. Queen is loyal. Similarly, in a religion, have you seen Muslims become Christians? Yes. Christians become Muslims? Yes. Hindus become Christians? Hindus become Muslims? Have you seen? So anything faith-based can be changed. But Sanatana Dharma cannot be changed because it is not faith-based. You do not have to believe in Sanatana Dharma for it to exist. It exists without your belief. Your belief does not energize Sanatana Dharma. Your belief does not build Sanatana Dharma. All of you understand? So we need to reiterate this to understand that the confusion within Sanatana Dharma has to be removed, and also the confusion within other religions of Sanatana Dharma has to be removed. And this is our mission. And our mission statement is equality for all, respect all, worship your own. And this world is one diverse family. And in these few weeks, we have diligently shown and actuated our mission statement. Queen, you want to say thank you to anyone? You want us to do your birthday after Aarti? I don't know, you're the Queen, we can change protocol.
Anything is fine.
Well, I don't know whether it's an instruction. Because when there's a queen, there's no more democracy. Democracy ends where royalty begins. Queen, we'll have your birthday after Aarti, all right? Okay, Queen agrees.